Welcome to Pushing Forward with Alycia, a podcast that gives disability a voice. Each week, we will explore topics like confidence, ambition, resilience, and finding success against all odds. We are creating a collective community that believes that all things are possible for all people. Open hearts, clear paths, let's go. Welcome back to Pushing Forward with Alycia. We are a podcast that likes to explore the power of possible. And today's guest is blazing those trails for sure. I want to also make sure that I'm lifting up the beautiful Mandy David, who is our ASL interpreter, and she's going to be facilitating the conversation. I'm beyond excited yet again about another one of our amazing guests, the phenomenal Warren Wawa Snipe.
Nice to meet you, and it's an honor to be here.
Nice to meet you too. He is an award-winning hip hop artist. Yep, that's what I said. We have our first hip hop artist on the show. Check that box. He's an actor. He's an accessibility pioneer. He was born profoundly deaf. Wawa has redefined what it means to embrace ability. He has channeled his power through arts and becoming a well-recognized performer, lighting up the stages from Super Bowl to the small screens. Amazing. And our paths cross because he is the visionary of this amazing event that is about to happen in July that's called WAWABILITY. And it's an event that's amplifying and lifting up and celebrating the 35th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. So powerful. They asked me to come speak and be a small part of this event. I'm thrilled. But most of all, today, I am thrilled to meet Wawa. Thank you so much for coming on the show and enlightening our community. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate this. It's an exciting time. It's challenging, but at the same time, it's very exciting.
It is so exciting. Okay, let's dive in. I have so many questions for you. Hopefully we can get to them all. But I want to look backwards a little bit. Can we talk about the beginning? Can you share a little bit about your backstory, your journey that led you into music, and ultimately down the path of advocacy?
I started entertainment world for almost 30 years now total. And I started as a dancer and dance company. We traveled around the world and then dance and acting at the same time. Then I picked up more involved with music since that. So within the entertainment world itself, that became my daily thing, my life, my navigating in my life. Before that, I didn't know sign language until I got into college. So when I got into college, it became my second birth. From the hearing world, that's where I was always the last person to know everything, and everybody had to let me, or I was ignored or marginalized or oppressed. And I came into the deaf culture and the deaf world, and I was accepted. It didn't matter for who I am. And they taught me signs and I was included. I wasn't the last person to know anything that was going on. And I felt I belonged, but I did feel belonging, but I only had a little bit of support, but I had so much more support in the deaf world and connected. And also people at the same time they were like me, they were deaf and hard of hearing. And so we clicked. So it aligned with the entertainment world. So I love it. And the other skills that I never knew I had before, from dancing to creative and producing music to acting. And I just fell in love with it. But I wanted more. And I wanted to see the different opportunities, the different people with disabilities that they can do. I've seen them in time. So I was meeting people and learning their struggles and learning their successes and learning their wishes and their passions and what they had. And a network, I contacted a network that was really important for me because I wanted to be able to create this network. And I saw how, okay, I'm not the only person in the acting world fighting for access. And I see all the accomplishments and I was like, oh, okay, wow. So I knew it was a lot. So I've always wanted to see and have in my journey with all the stars and people with disabilities that are deaf or hearing it all together, and just disability traveling and showing our work, and the people not disabled go, wow, hey, they're good. And there's more out there. In that time, there wasn't much of networking or networks to help and meet people. So what did I do? I wrote everything down and just expanded and kept things in the back of my mind and kept putting things down and writing them down. And years later, I was really itching to go to South by Southwest, was invited to go. And of course, I was on a panel and they were presenting and we were talking about accessibility. And then I saw they were giving a workshop. A friend was giving a workshop on accessibility and music. And it was a music festival. And I was like, wow, that's what I want to do. And that's something I want to do. So they explained to me, I was fascinated with that workshop. And so I got really excited and I was just really itching to do something in that year. So I was like, okay, I have to do this. I had everything written down. I had my vision ready. And so now I had enough network for before, because I've traveled around and my network became bigger. And so I thought, okay, I can go ahead with it. So I decided to announce that I was planning to do it. No one was really interested in, oh, hey, good idea. I'm in. It was just one person. And her name is Anne Marie, and it's just her sign name, AM, she's the CEO of TDI. And it's, oh, okay. So she said, I think you should go and I'll help. And I was shocked. So since that point on, we've just been plugging along for 3 years now. And I didn't know who to bring on board, but as the time was going on, Anne-Marie brought in a person, and then we just brought in production company, Food Dog Productions. And so they kept bringing more people. And so we still were expanding, and we have a beautiful team. I couldn't ask for anything better, period. It's just the champ. And it's not about us, but it's for the people with disability and the community around the world. And so
three things I actually want to say that was so beautiful. Number one. And I love where this began with you finding community within your community and signing. And that's, to me, what WAWABILITY is. It's our community coming together and supporting each other. So I love it that you found that
exactly
at that age of 20 or whatever that was. I then love that you navigated your passion of performing in music and dance and had this goal to go to South by Southwest, because frankly, I have that goal. That's a great goal. And you achieved it. And you found there one of the things that inspires a lot of us as advocates, which is the relationship of our talent and technology and where that can take us. And it's powerful. So it's giving me the chills right now saying that for you. And then community comes back where you meet Anne-Marie. And that's why you and I are connected, because of Anne-Marie. And
yes, that's right.
And meeting each other and coming together to lift up such an amazing event is like, it's got to be full circle for you. So congratulations on persevering through that beautiful, like, coming of age for you is what it sounds like to me. And that's absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing that. It's so wonderful.
Yes, it truly. Thank you. But I couldn't have done all this without my team. The team, including Mandy, she's involved with it as well. It just 3 years up and down, but that's called growing pain. You're building something from scratch, from a dream to now becoming reality. And it takes work and it takes confidence and keep going. And so it was worth it. It's worth it.
So we explain what WAWABILITY is. Like, let's dive in. Let's talk about the actual event, and do not leave out I know all of the amazing, innovative accessibility experience that you're going to have for everyone. Can you tell us about this beautiful event that's about to happen?
Okay, so first I want to explain the sign for WAWABILITY.
Okay.
WAWABILITY. So myself, Wawa, this is my sign. And I have a company called Wawa's World. And it does music. Okay. And so the sign is Wawa. So, the logo is a heart shape, is a logo. And at the top, we have all the little lines representing music going up and down, right? On our logo. And then this is our sign, WAWABILITY. So if you notice, it's the 4 that represent people of different disabilities all around the world. Okay. So we're making a heart, Wawa, and then spreading it out is the ability part. So as Wawa's World, I tend to say, show some love. Okay. So Wawa ability. So now another word, people might think Wawa ability. Oh, your name? No, it's not. It's Wawa ability represents a deaf culture. And some people pronounce it as their language deprived. And so for speech, and that's fine. So many of us don't care, but because the signing is important, but we don't care. When you say Wawa, it looks like wow. It looks like wow. So Wawa. So it transformed into WAWABILITY as one word, and it becomes your superpower. Shining WAWABILITY.
Oh, I love it.
So for everyone, it's everyone. Everyone can come. People with disability, only educated people are non-disabled until we're married. No, we're going to continue educating that. Okay, so be proud while you're doing it. Our power is to teach the why, because those people, the non-disabled, will become us in the future.
Yeah.
They will. Where's the resources for them? They might feel like they're alone and maybe paranoid and fearful. And we, people with disabilities, we always are like, hey, we're here. We get it. So you might be oppressed, you might be marginalized, but hey, we're still here because we get it. So with all of what we're doing, the technology innovations, the policies, the education, all of that together, it's related with us. We're educating you and your children's children and so forth. So our right. So now our celebration before the ADA, right? Many of us, where was our successes? There was a lot of before the ADA was even formed, right? And so during the ADA, we had more successful people with disabilities and pushing and making things successful and all of that. But where was the spotlight for the anniversary for that? Where? Most of the time, it's great movies. We'll talk about our struggles and we're fighting the oppression and all of that. Yes. But we haven't seen anything related with our successes and spotlighting that and showing who people who helped us create the ADA. Wow. Thank you to them that they fought for the ADA. It's time. The time is now. So we had a time and space where we fight and struggle right now. But at the same time, we're not going to give up because we know and we're trying. We're always going to be here. And it's really fun. It's beautiful to see all of us coming together and collaborating, that we're not alone. And the disabled community can see, wheelchairs and the blind and the deaf and all the different disabilities. But now we're going to come to DC all together and all feel welcome and all have access and all show our shining moment for success. So there's so many opportunities that we're doing. And Washington, D.C. is where the hub and where the accessibility really started. So to really understand that 1.3, 1.4 billion people worldwide with disability, only 16% of them have access. Okay? That's a small margin. Where's most of the access? The USA. Where it started was in Washington, D.C. So to circle back to on the 35th anniversary and uplifting, it's for you. It's the total access. What does that look like? So many people don't know. They can't even understand it or imagine it. But can you imagine that 16% now, 25%, and it becomes 30%, 40%, 50%? So coming to WAWABILITY to learn from you, beautiful speech and explaining and expanding on what's going on and showing your talent and showing the innovations and the technology and all of that. People are not only in the USA will get it, but people around the world, because we're bringing it to countries to help spread, opening doors. Because right now, there's not enough doctors that help us. We need more of that. People, they don't know their rights within the ADA. They're just satisfied with the ADA, what they have right now. And they feel like maybe we need to increase more. This is the opportunity to do that. So it's network. It's building a network, an opportunity to reach out. This is our time.
Oh, you just gave it the chills. And also, this is our time to celebrate. And I think that piece is setting you apart from the rest, not to compare, but putting music on stage, dancers, all the entertainment to celebrate, to rejoice collectively, instead of, to your point, always having to be in the space of advocating and like bringing the realities, the harsh realities of disability inclusion, is typically always at the forefront because it has to be from an educational standpoint to make the needle move. But let's celebrate together. Let's dance and sing and party and enjoy life. And that is the thing that the world needs to see too, is to say the representation of us joyful, happy, enjoying each other and living life just like everybody else. So I think that piece of your event is so cool and is the most amazing representation that you could give. Like all these stories and advocacy that's going to come is so important and it's so good. But that one next layer of let's celebrate who we are unapologetically. Let's go. Let's do it. So excited about that part.
Be unapologetic for who you are, whether you were born with a disability or it happened and hit later in life. You are not alone. You're not. So right now, we have to make sure accessibility is there and it's here and to stay and increase it, make it better. Because I believe in 2030 or 2035, there'll be more people with disabilities. So we need to have access ready for them. And 2030 is not that far off. It's very close. So who already have disability, we know we're ready. Bring it on.
Yeah.
So it's a great time right now. But it starts with us who really are showing and telling people, hey, this is what you need. This is how you do this. This is how you improve. This is how you make things better for you and me.
Yeah.
To create that door.
Yeah. And I think it's our representation of just the little things too. Like I just spoke in an event and at an all girls school event. And this girl with a disability came up to me afterwards. And she told me that she was so afraid to grow up until today because she didn't ever see this type of representation. And this is what you're going to be giving to the world, that we'll be giving to the world together. And it's those little nuggets of gold that people who don't have our platforms can then take and spread and become themselves. So it's just so amazing, honestly.
Yes. Growing up, I thought I was alone.
Me too.
Until a teacher told me, hey, there's other people like you. And I thought they were joking.
Wow.
I come in and I saw people were like me. And I was like, how many are out there? Yes, if we find them, we need to bring them.
Yeah.
Don't leave them.
Yeah. Yeah. So what does the 35th anniversary of ADA represent to you personally?
That's a good question. One word. Transformation. Transformation. Awareness. The transformation means people from here, I thought I just had to accept I'm closed in. I'm by myself and I'm oppressed by everyone around society and I'm having to fight, society to get what I need. And I'm hitting walls everywhere I go. And I'm exhausted. And I'm exhausted from doing that. But now there's a door opening where I can walk in. Oh, I see I have rights. Oh, I can be a part of that. Oh, I can do that. There's people like me. Oh, and education. Oh, okay. And then there's laws and there's rights for me. Okay. There are resources out there for me. So is that it? No, there's more. So transformation is us. Transformation of the mind, transformation of everything of who you are, your being. Your disability is your superpower. People ask you how, why, or anything, or how could you do that, or what happened to you, or why you, or why all this stuff. So it becomes your platform. Okay, and then you explain, this is what I do, this is what happened to me. If you didn't know, oh, we had this and this, you can educate them and become aware. And you never know, it might happen to them or someone they know or love. They might lose their hearing, they might lose their sight, they might have diabetes, they might have neurodivergent. They could prepare for it. So people with disabilities, we fight, yes. And the society just is sweeping it under the rug. You can't sweep it under the rug anymore because we're visible now. We're transforming what we show. And we're like, oh, okay, let's work together. So it's transformation.
Transformation. I love that word so much. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget it. Maybe I'll quote you in my speech. I love it. So
Go ahead.
I want you to pitch sponsorship hard for this event right now. How do we get involved? Go ahead. Do your stretches. Get ready. Tell our community and the organizations that follow this podcast how to support you, how to get involved, how to donate, how to lift this event up.
Okay. Ability. As I mentioned, it is a superpower. You are always welcome. The fun part of this is there's people out there that they think nothing's ever going to happen to them. They're just walking around and they think they're fine. Everything's all good. And then one day it hits them. Boom. The whole world changed. And they feel like, oh, there's no one here for me. Oh, we are. We with disability, we're here. We've been here. So some people, they don't know where to go or their resources, where they are, where to find them, and why this happened to me. We don't know why this happened to you, but we can tell you how to get your support that you need and where to go and what companies have resources that you need and how to provide your rights as well. So many people don't realize that. So WAWABILITY, we always need people to sponsor. Sponsorship is so important for us because we work and people with disabilities are working and we're trying to get through. And there's still people who are out there and they think, oh, there's nothing available for them. Really? Oh, but there is. There is here. And you know that because of all the 1.4 billion people with disability worldwide, we spend about $8 trillion a year on things that we need. $8 trillion. That's a lot of money. So some of the things we buy that we need for our everyday life, they're expensive. And some of us have to work 2, maybe 3 jobs to be able to earn enough money to be able to afford it. For example, my cochlear implants, my battery alone, to recharge the battery is $85. And, some people can't afford that. Okay. So some don't know where to go to get it. So imagine with the businesses that are creating the things for people with disabilities. Okay, so there's more people they get nowhere, and then they can become aware. They'll come to your company, or maybe the cost will go down too. Maybe. So, yeah, any type of anything that can help, their business as well. They get the return on investment, and then for us as well. Accessibility is so important. I can't stress that enough because it's going to hit all of us at one point. Some countries have some accessibility in areas for disability people here and there, but America, wow, it's just a beautiful place to have. It's here and ready, and we're still growing, and we always have room to improve. So we have so many people who wrote the ADA law, and we are so grateful for them for creating that. We have so many people who are fighting for accessibility before many of us were even born. Thank you to them. We have people who are still fighting for access and raising awareness and pushing that forward. So these people, to me, they're heroes, but they're the unsung heroes. We want to spotlight them, and we want to recognize them and their work. And we want to recognize what they've done over the years. And I want to thank them personally. And so I'm getting goosebumps now. I'm so inspired, but I'm passionate, and the time is now. And so this is a place where people are going back to fighting for accessibility, and they're losing this and they're losing that and they're losing that. It's time to have more than ever. We got to partner together. Not just for that purpose, but just celebrate us.
Yeah.
So yeah, so sponsorships, leadership, we need more. Be bold. Tell people what you need. WAWABILITY, we want to be the hub and a safe space for people, for this community. And the artists are performing. There's lots of showing their work. And there's musicians, there's dancers, there's comedy night, and there's so much more. And so this year one for us, we're going to continue it, but this is year one. So when we continue it, it'll grow and keep growing and growing. So we want this to be a really safe space for people around the world going, I'm coming to WAWABILITY because I know it's a safe place for me. Okay. It's a great opportunity. So again, what's the total access look like to you? This WAWABILITY is a place that you'll to find out.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. I can't wait.
It's going to be fun. And like I said, I'm really excited. And sometimes I wake up and I pinch myself like, ooh, it's a dream. And it was a dream, and I put it down in notes, and it's here. It's been a journey. People want it to be the end. They just want the ending. And it's like, they don't want to do much work, but the process and the journey, that really is growth right there.
Such an important reminder, too, for all of us that are hustling and growing and hustling and growing. That is a very important reminder. You're so right.
Allies. We need to thank them.
Yeah.
Thank them, our allies. And I thank them a lot because they don't realize, even though it's subtle and they're humble, they may think it's nothing, but it's a lot to us and to me personally. So I thank you, allies. I really cherish you. But I wanted to say a funny story. My mom and my sister, now they're losing their hearing. And growing up, I was the only deaf person in my family. It was just me. I thought I was the only one. There was nobody else in my family. And then I graduated from college, and I decided to learn more about the history of my family. So I was the National Archives and So I went and I researched and I found that, my grandfather's side of the family, 2 brothers and a sister who were deaf. And I was like, I never knew that. And now I realize it's inherited, the deafness. So it just skipped a generation. So, but about 10 years ago, my mom, she's, hey, Warren, let me tell you something. I'm going to show you something. And she took her hearing aids out and took them off and showed them to me. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I'm losing my hearing. She was so proud of it. Okay. So then my sister, about 3 or 4 years ago, Wawa, look. And she took hers out. She was a little, and I was like, oh. And she's like, yeah, look, I'm losing my hearing. So they were okay with it. So I asked both of them and I said, okay, how do you feel? Because I was worried how they were going to feel. I didn't know. I was a little paranoid. And they said, because of you and watching you grow up and go and just keep going, it's like, oh, I feel, oh, we could do it. No problem.
Wow.
If we didn't have that, we'd be scared and we'd be paranoid. We wouldn't know what to do. But because of you, they were asking me questions and they could ask questions I could answer. And so they know. So now I'm trying to get them to learn sign language. We'll see when the time comes. But people with disabilities, our superpower is we're ready to explain. We're here. We're right here. We're not afraid. We're still welcoming people who are non-disabled to, hey, if it happens to you, we're here to help you. So again, we're educating. And now we're educating America.
Yeah, we are. Did we miss anything? Did we miss anything that is imperative for our community to know pre-WAWABILIty? Or anything about you personally? Anything?
Some of you might think, oh, you're a performer, you're performing at the Super Bowl twice and you're on TV and film and blah, 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 blah. I did the Super Bowl twice and it was such an honor to be in the movie and all of that. But I'm still me. If you want to be successful at anything, you have to act on it. You have to jump in and don't be afraid. But it's a process. It's a journey. It wasn't easy. And I had people make fun of me and laugh at me and make fun and put me down and marginalize me and oppress me. And even I still have that today. I get that today still, but I can't let that get to me. There's a lot of people with disability that do. They can reflect and we keep going. And that's the way that we can keep going. Sometimes we feel discouraged and depressed, but we know we're not alone. I'm just me. I'm the type of person, I'm a humble person, but I wanted to let you know I'm a team player. I love bringing people in and working together on something to grow because it helps us grow. And WAWABILITY is a team effort. So I could not have done it without the team. It just is awesome. God gave me this and it was a mission that he gave me and I've done it and it's been developing and now it's happening with the people in the community giving back to the community and we're elevating the community and raising awareness. And I pray that we really make a strong impact to wake up the leaders and the policymakers and the educators, all of them, even people who are engineers, all of that to create innovations that guide and educate them so they'll know about accessibility. Even though there's 35th anniversary of the ADA, that's great, but we still have room to improve. We still have work to do. And it takes us all to do it. It's not just one, it's not just 2 or 3. It takes all of us.
You're going to make a huge impact. For sure. We're going to leave in the show notes all of the links to connect with you, to support WAWABILITY, to attend, to sponsor, to get involved in any way that each of us possibly can. And before I thank you for being an excellent guest on the show, very good, one of my favorites. I told you about our pushing forward. You might have just said that, but can you leave a pushing forward moment, a little mantra, something to inspire our community to go out and reach their dreams like you? Is there something that you live by?
There's two things.
Right.
I tend to show some love. I always say all the time, I show some love because I mean it. Yeah, this world needs it. It's a crazy world, but we need to show some love. It doesn't matter your background. Show some love. You never know who is beside you that's really hurting. Yeah. Second thing, it's a quote from Nelson Mandela, and this is his sign name. And his quote, "It's impossible until it's done."
I love that.
So true. So true. So when people think, oh, this dream is too far, it's impossible, can't do it, the key word is what? Act. Start somewhere and just keep going and go. And the next thing you know, it could take a year. It could take a week. It could take a month. But the point is that vision becomes content right here. So really start asking yourself, how? Instead of, why me? Why this? Why that? I can't afford this. I can't do that. I can't. Change that mindset of how can I do this? How can I afford this? How can I make this happen? How? You'd be surprised how far you'll get.
I like it. The act of how. I'm into it. So good. Thank you so much for giving me your time today. I know you're so busy, but this was, number one, so amazing to meet you. We're going to be besties. I know it. I can't wait to meet you in DC. And congratulations.
I can't wait either.
Congratulations on acting and making your dreams come true for all of us. And Mandy, thank you so much for being a part of this show as well. This has been Pushing Forward with Alycia, and that is literally how Wawa, Mandy, and I roll. We will see you next time.